I mean, I know you watch tape for a living, but to watch Herbert live for a living, what in the world is that like to watch him go about his business?
He's an alien, like legitimately an alien. And there's throws where you've kind of conditioned yourself to expect it a little bit, where you're watching it live on the field, you're watching it happen, you're going, okay, there's nothing there. He probably shouldn't attempt this. And then over time, you're like, no, go for that. Go for that. I mean, the window's this big, but somehow he's going to find a way to make it happen. And, I think he was getting some criticism, like in kind of the middle portion of the season. I'm like, both of his tackles were out a bunch. Obviously, Rashawn Slater's still gone. Corey Linsley's missed a bunch of time. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen hadn't played together basically the whole year. He hadn't had those guys out there. And now all of a sudden they start to get a little healthier, and Herbert's making all these unbelievable throws, and it's like Herbert's turned it around. I'm like, no, Herbert kept him afloat despite missing all of these guys. And yesterday, another example, no Derwin James, still no Joey Bosa, and he guides them to victory.
Well, I hate to say it, but you look at the rest of their schedule, and the games are winnable. And I know you don't usually say that about a Chargers team that normally just finds the trap door.
One game. They're always one game short.
And as if the football gods don't, want to. They don't want to spare us or they of being on national television. The Colts. They play the Colts on Monday Night Football next. We're going to see another. Maybe we've seen a meltdown on a Sunday and now a Saturday, maybe on a Monday. I don't know the days of the week for Saturday. And then they're home for the Rams and at Denver. How real can this team be? Because, you just mentioned they're banged up, but going into the season on paper, everyone's like, that is a potential Super Bowl winning team if Herbert can do what we expect him to do. Well, he's now currently doing what we expect him to do. I'll just ask sort of the third rail question here is what do they coordinate for him well enough, DJ? I mean, like sometimes it's just like coordinate the chunk plays for him. Like, let's go. What
I
think
what they've seen is now Mike Williams has come back and the chunk plays miraculously came back with him.
Okay.
And I think getting Trey Pipkins back at right tackle, they can hold up a little bit longer to be able to take some of those vertical shots. But I felt, and we've felt this way the whole year, this is a team, if they could get healthy and just get into the tournament, I mean, who's going to want to play them? If you get Joey Bosa back and now Khalil Mack and Bosa and Derwin James is back, it's kind of what we talked about all over the offseason. We haven't got a chance to see that all together. And this is a team that's played Kansas City all the way down to the wire while missing a lot of these guys. So I think they're dangerous if they can get it. The crazy thing to me, Rich, and this is how nuts yesterday was, is that the Chargers entered the day outside the playoff picture. Now it's a very conceivable, and if you look at the schedules, maybe likely that they're the 5 seed when it's all said and done, going to play the AFC South champs, who might be the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Daniel Jeremiah here on the Rich Eisen Show. Yeah. Let's talk about the Jags. Are we seeing Trevor Lawrence the way that we expected him to? Are we finally seeing that?
We're seeing, an incredibly talented player get put in a functional environment. It is.
You're talking my language when you say that.
I know.
Right?
I've seen some of those. A lot of views on those videos.
Well, I'm only speaking the truth about Urban Meyer. I feel, but
and I always feel like when that subject comes up, I need to, tell everybody, look, I thought he would be a good NFL coach. He'd had so much success in college, and it was a train wreck. And now you're seeing Doug Peterson is so good with developing quarterbacks and putting them in a comfortable environment. And when you have talent and you add the just being comfortable. He's got like 14 touchdowns and 1 pick in his last handful of games. He's playing at an elite level, like a crazy high level.
He sure is. So,
and Tennessee's on a. Tennessee's on a nosedive.
You saw them yesterday. Then Tennessee's got a tough schedule still remaining.
They were missing like 6 or 7 defensive starters yesterday. Mm-hmm. I mean, they've been crushed.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.